guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be me showing you guys some of my, literally these are my favorite drugstore and high-end, very full coverage foundations, meaning these foundations are the best of the best, but they provide the most coverage like ever. Like these are super full coverage. I'm a full coverage girl. I love like the fullest of full coverage personally. If you don't like that, I have other videos using foundations that aren't so full coverage, but girl, I just love the full coverage life. The trick with the full coverage foundation is that it has to wear well all day long because, you know, heavy makeup can slip and slough around and start to look really bad. So these foundations not only look good, but they wear very well throughout the day. And some of them are newer foundations that have just launched. Now, I really haven't had a chance to talk that much about. So also being one of them is the brand new Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation from Maybelline. If you hang out towards the end of the video, I will apply that to my skin and show you guys how it looks on the skin. It has become one of my favorites very quickly, but I haven't really used it on my channel, so I think that is important, and I want to show you guys how it looks on the skin. So hang out to the end of the video. You know, we can just hang out together all day long. Okay, so that is all for the intro. I'm going to sing the subscribe song, and then we're going to jump right into the video. Be sure and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Subscribe! And now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Darling, where do I begin? It's gonna be a little chit chat video. You know, we're gonna chat together. I think I'll go back and forth, high-end drugstore. First, we're gonna start off with, let's start off with drugstore. So Revlon Photo Ready Instafix Stick is a really amazing foundation in the drugstore. I don't think it's talked about that much. It's not a very popular one, but I think it is somewhat of a dupe for the Bobbi Brown Stick foundation. Both foundations are great. Both are very long wearing. This one to me has a very matte finish, and it is thick Hana. You can barely see this one because it's so my skin shade, but it is thick, and it is so nice. What I like about this one is I'm shade 170 golden beige, by the way, but what I like about this one is that it's very long wearing. Like, honey, this what you can wear till the cows come home, and it like adheres to your skin. It is a little bit tough to blend out. You kind of got to work it in. I prefer using a brush with it or something a little more dense than a beauty blender with it, just because it is a thicker foundation. It wears beautifully. I just set it with a powder, and girl, I'm ready to go. Very full coverage at an affordable price. So that is the Revlon Photo Ready Instafix Stick. Beautiful. And the shade that has that shade's very nice. Very nice. Okay, next is, let's talk about this new one. Okay, so I tried out the new NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I had heard so many amazing things about this foundation, so I went in with very high hopes testing it out, and I tested it out in a YouTube video, and oh my bagolies, it was so beautiful and so full coverage. So the thing I really like about this foundation is how lightweight it is. Have you ever tried a full coverage foundation and it feels like you're wearing Mount Everest on your face? It's like you want that coverage, but you don't want to feel like you're wearing that much coverage. This is that, and it's very long wearing. Now I will tell you, if you have oily skin, you're gonna look a little shiny with this foundation. It has like this radiant, dewy glow to it. I personally like. I'm a little bit combo right in here. Can you guys already see the shine coming through? I get oily, and I get oily right here. With this foundation, I do get a little shiny, but I think it looks sexy, and I think it looks really beautiful to have that little bit of dew and really natural, and it kind of looks like your skin showing through your makeup. Really, it's just your roll. I love this stuff. It's great. It's gonna become a holy grail of mine. I've only used it like 5 times, but all 5 times just been pure happiness with it. So it's great. I really recommend it to you. And the shade I've been using is M.35. Okay, let's talk about like the world's thickest drugstore foundation that ever existed. This is the Stay Matte from Rimmel, and I used to wear this in like, I think I want to say junior high. Like, I think that's how old it is. I might be wrong. It may be high school that I wore this. Girl, this stuff is so full coverage. I remember my friend was wearing this, and she was like at work, and her face got soaking wet at work. She worked at a grocery store. I can't remember exactly what happened. I know that story sounds weird, but I specifically remember her saying the water just like beat it off her face, and like it didn't even touch the foundation because the foundation is so like whoosh, tough and really full coverage. So this does feel a little bit heavier, I will admit, on the skin. Here is a swatch of it. It's quite thick, and that's just a little dot, and if you can see like how thick it is, kind of has a whippy feel to it. This one too adheres to the skin as well as the stick foundation, and they're more hard to get off, which is good because it's very long wearing, but it feels a little bit heavier. But overall, I like the foundation a lot. I think it's a good one, and Rimmel is a super affordable brand at the drugstore. It's like at the drugstore, I feel like the L'Oreals are a little bit more, and then like the Rimmel and Wet n Wells are like the low and the Elfs. So I think that one's really affordable and a great price for such a full coverage product that lasts a really long time. All right, next up is another new one that I haven't got a chance to talk about a lot. I did Snapchat this one. If you aren't following me on Snapchat, it's LAURALEE. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff every day, so you can follow me there if you want to. If you don't want to, well then alrighty then. Anyways, this is the GWAY Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. I underestimated this, so whenever I put it on, I just pumped it out, and I was like, okay, like did like 3 or 4 of these pumps, and baby girl, a pea-sized amount will cover your whole entire face. Like, it's just like, whew. That is just the trick with this stuff, and it's very liquidy. So here's what it looks like on. It's just a super liquidy, lightweight foundation, but extreme coverage. So this is one of those foundations that just has that intense coverage, like extremely intense coverage, but it's extremely lightweight, and you don't have to use a lot of product. And what I like about that is that foundations like this last you for a really long time because you're only using a pea-sized amount, so you're not going to burn through a lot of foundation. And it being somewhat of a higher end brand, you know, it's nice to not have to use that much and be able to stretch your product out and be able to use it longer. It's also long wearing. Actually, Manny, I believe, is the one who turned me on to that. He is a full coverage girl as well, and he was like, girl, the coverage, it will shake you with the coverage. So I just warn you, if you get it, only use a little bit, but it is a great product. It looks really beautiful on the skin. It's not too matte, not cakey at all by any means, and doesn't settle in the lines, y'all, because girl, she got those lines. Okay, let's talk high end, shall we? I'm just gonna mention this one to get it out of the way because I talk about it 135, how many days is in a year? 365? I talk about this 365 days out of the year. This is the Vanish Stick Foundation from Hourglass. It's just the best. This is just one of those foundations when you don't feel like messing around and fooling with stuff, and you just know you need your makeup to look good and last for a really long time all day, and for the color just to be right. I just grabbed this. I also travel with it a lot because it's in stick form, so it's not going to break as chances of one of the glass bottles. This is such a good foundation. I've been using this for so long, and it's just been a holy grail of mine. I know a lot of makeup artists that buy the lighter shades, and they, because it's technically a concealer and foundation in one, so they actually conceal with this, and they'll actually contour with these. There's just multi-use sticks. They just came out with highlighters in these sticks, which I'm pretty excited about. I have them over there, but I haven't had a chance to try them yet, but I'm going to try them. I'll let you guys know the TT on that. I highly recommend these. Super long wearing, super full coverage, beautiful on the skin. Yes, ma'am. Okay, next up is one that I've also been wearing for a long time. This bottle is, girl, this bottle needs Jesus. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. So this one is actually a concealer and foundation as well, mixed into one. I personally still wear a concealer with these. I just like to highlight as well instead of have my whole face one shade. But this is a really amazing long wearing foundation. I've been wearing for this one for a long time, and I am shade 05 Beige. So with this one, I just don't think it has like a super matte finish to it, and I feel like it has like a slight glow to it, which looks really beautiful. But this is like one of the most full coverage drugstore foundations that looks high end. I just think this product looks so high end whenever you use it, and it wears high end. Like, you can't tell the difference. If you haven't tried this, save a dollar bill, yo, and try it out because it's affordable and it's great. It's just a really good formula. Okay, next up, one this year. I love that I'm talking about newer foundations because we need to hear the tea on the new foundations, because I will beat a dead horse with an old foundation. But I tried out new stuff this year, and I'm proud of myself. I mean, kind of towards the end of last year, too. I forget it's like a brand new year. You know, we're only in January. So the Mercier Flawless Fusion Longwear Foundation The first time I ever wore this, I applied it. I had like a 10, 11 hour day. Like I literally wore it until like 1 in the morning and I was still going. And someone looked at me and I was like, oh, baby girl, my makeup looks rough. Like I knew it had to look rough because I had had it on for like 12 hours. And girl, you know, it just ain't that fresh. I hadn't even had a chance to touch up. And the girl looks at me and goes, no, I was going to compliment you because your foundation looks so beautiful. And I was literally like, thank you. Seriously, this foundation was probably the best long-wearing foundation out of all these. So if you're one of those people who just gets in situations where you ain't touching up your makeup for 12 hours, you can count on this. It literally says on it, no, it doesn't say. Oh, just kidding. Semi-matte, a little bit dewy to it. Really beautiful. Mercier, I think their strong point in makeup and NARS is their bases, which I said that last time video. I said the base makeup, which is the face makeup, and everybody thought I said the face makeup, which is the face makeup, and I said base with a B as in bumblebee, and then people didn't hear me right, and I was embarrassed. But the base makeup is good. They're really strong in face products such as their setting powders and their concealers and their foundations, which is really hard to formulate, but I feel like both brands just like kill it in that area. Another one. We're going to talk about this little guy right here. This is the 24-hour. Okay, I don't think it's good for 24 hours. And if you're wearing makeup for 24 hours, it might be time to wash your face. We got to wash our faces. I love the extreme, though. The extreme, like, 62-hour wear foundation. Like, who's wearing their foundation for that long? Okay, I'm being dramatic. But, like, the 24 hours, like... Anyways, this is the brand new Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation from... Maybelline. I've been wearing shade 310 Beige, and I just want to show you what it looks like. It feels a little bit whippy on the skin. Somewhat lightweight. It's not too thick feeling. So with this foundation, I really think it gives your skin a nice airbrush finish. Very full coverage, which I'm so proud of for Maybelline coming out with. Drugstore doesn't come out with a lot of full coverage makeup. Most of it's like medium or light coverage. You can possibly build it up. So whenever you get a good Drugstore full coverage foundation, I'm like, oh, here for it all day, honey baby child. But Maybelline came out with one. I really like Maybelline foundations. I've had a good run with them, especially the matte and poreless. Another good one. This one goes on, and to me, it looks somewhat matte, but I feel like it gets slightly dewy throughout the day. That might just be my skin talking to me, but I think it looks really beautiful whenever you put it on. Super high coverage, which I'm very proud of that, and it is long wearing. Haven't tested it out for wearing it for 24 hours, but you know, I've worn it for a day and it wore very well and looked really beautiful on the skin. I'm going to continue to wear it and I'm going to show you guys how it wears at the end of this video. So just hang tight for that. But overall, I do like the foundation and I do recommend it for those of you who are looking for a high coverage foundation at an affordable cost. Okay, lastly, we're going to talk about this and then I'll try that foundation. This is the Makeup Forever HD. This is just another old school holy grail. I don't know if it's old school, but it's been around for a few years and it's just been great. And I've seen makeup artists use this time after time after time because it's just an all-around good foundation. This is another one that you can really count on to wear very well for you. A lot of stick foundations are high coverage. Here's a little snippet of what it looks like on. It really sticks to the skin as well. It does feel kind of thick. It doesn't really go on matte to me. I think it has a bit of a loomy finish to it, but it just sticks onto the skin so well. It has really beautiful coverage. I think if you really wanted to, you can make this one more of a medium coverage by only using a little bit, but really applying it on and getting in there with it. I think it definitely is full coverage, and I mostly, again, like to use my stick foundations with a brush versus a beauty blender. You can totally use them with a beauty blender if you want to. I just think for a thicker product, the denser the brush, the easier it is to move it around versus the liquidy products beauty blenders work beautifully for, but you guys know I'm always about that Y6 from my face. Okay, let me take off my foundation that I got on right now, and then let me show you what the Maybelline 24-hour foundation looked like. I didn't finish my sentence. You guys are wondering what liquid lipstick I had on. I had on the Makeup Forever 107. I'm going to add a little bit of my Farsali droplets to my face. Because, girl, we got to prime. I really like these because they go on and they feel really liquidy, but then after like a few seconds, they become a little bit tacky. And I love that tacky feel. Oh, it feels good right before you put your foundation on. It just makes you feel like you're sticking your foundation onto your face. I'm also going to use my Y6 brush from Morphe to blend this out. That is my go-to foundation brush. If you're new to this channel, it's just what I use. Okay, here I go. Alright, so now I'm just going to buff it out with this brush. And if you can see, it literally just looks so beautiful and blends out really pretty on the skin. I just think it looks so, like, flawless and gorgeous. See how it's, like, goes on, like, I mean, it doesn't look that matte in the picture, but, like, straight on, it looks kind of matte, but it gives, like, this, I don't know, natural kind of glow to it where you don't look like you're wearing that full coverage of makeup. Ooh, I zoomed this in real close, but I just wanted you guys to get, like, and see, get up in there and see, like, how it looks. I think it looks really pretty. I mean, it is somewhat mattifying through here, but just overall, like, the foundation is beautiful. And most importantly, it wears very well on the skin. So yeah, I really like it. I just want to show you guys that little review and show you how it really looks. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some good insight on some really great drugstore and high-end full coverage foundations, and I hope I broke it down for you. Remember, everything I talked about today will be linked in the description box right on down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure and give it a thumbs up if you did and if it was helpful, and subscribe to my channel. Become a Larlees today. We would love to have you. So I'm going to show your little face. And I will see you all in my next video.